I want to begin by thanking and praising the Lord for giving me the strength and the courage to share this testimony. It's been a journey um, that I'm still on, but through the walk, there have been a lot of mountaintop moments, and I am grateful for those. So, my testimony is one of overcoming and becoming at the same time. Um, in 2019, I lost my mother, and that was one of the hardest moments in my life. Um, I can't describe the amount of pain. I can't describe the varying emotions. It is something definitely that you have to live and go through. Um, Grief is a process. It is something that I don't think anyone gets over. It's a club that I don't think any of us want to be a part of. But there are moments in my journey that I thank the Lord for bringing me through and bringing me out and allowing me to heal in ways that has been rewarding to the kingdom, to God's kingdom, rewarding to me as an individual, but also rewarding to my family, who really, they are truly the rock of my life. So I lost my mom in 2019, and it shook my core and my foundation. And I'm the oldest. My mom was the matriarch, the everything for everyone. She did everything for everyone at any moment. She would give her last. She would also give her first. It did not matter. She was that type of person. And I know that we know a lot of women like that in our lives. And I watched her. But I watched her do that to her own detriment at times. And in her passing, it not only completely snatched the floor from under me, but it shook the core and the foundation of my entire family. And I was left with being the responsible one, which I always am. I'm the oldest, but being the person for the family to move us through that time and that moment. I don't know how I got through it, but I do know how I got through it at the same time. And I know it was all God. It was no one else. I remember being very, very angry. And I also remember, just for the sake of time, getting to a point where I had a very intimate conversation with God like I had never had before, after being so angry after her passing and having to go through being the fixer and the mover and shaker during her homegoing. Shortly after that, trying to help my family navigate grief, and assisting them through the coping mechanisms, which weren't always positive, and trying to really be a light in the midst of so much darkness. And so I fast forward to 2020, when the pandemic happened, and my family and I, my immediate family, so my two boys, Mark and Malcolm, my husband, and we are together, and we are navigating this unknown world epidemic or pandemic that's happening. And I remember being so low in those moments that I was writing messages and notes to myself, trying to bring myself out, but also sadly embracing the darkness at the same time. And I recognized that I needed to seek help, because I had never been in this space where I couldn't rebound or come back. Usually I was always able to do that, and this wasn't the time. I also recognized during this time a lot about myself. I started to sit with me. And during this time, I was in my early to mid 30s, and I am just now sitting with me and finding me in ways that I never knew that I could or that I would. And so I was screaming for light. I was screaming to feel the sun in a way that was joy, and that was healing, and that was love, and that was what I had known it to be before her passing, before the passing of my mother, before this pandemic, before this depression and this sadness and this mental instability and all of these things that I never thought that I would encounter. And I made a choice to fight. I made a choice to seek light, even in the moments of darkness, get all of the help. That included therapy, that included prayer, that included leveling up my relationship with God, that included being honest. You know, I think a lot of times, like, we subconsciously know that we're feeling a certain way, and we're kind of in denial. And I'm just speaking for me. This might speak to someone else. We're in denial about the things that we already know to be true, to be self-evident. I know that God had done miracles in my life. I have a special needs child, and I've literally watched him work miracles and wonders in an instant. But when life's moments hit you in the way that it hit me, it was hard for me to be able to see those and to really just name it as fact and reality that this won't last always. But I fought, and I fought really hard. And I remember on my 35th birthday being so happy. I was filled with joy. Now, we were still stuck in the pandemic. This was 2021. But that was the first time I looked in the mirror and I saw me. I saw me, and I loved me with everything that was in my spirit, everything that was in my being. I saw me, and I know I'm jumping in this testimony because it's so long I could write a book about it. But doing the work in those darkest moments allowed me to stand in the light authentically. And I realized at the age of 35, the things that I did not like about me or about situations or about people, not necessarily in a negative space, but finding what works for you to truly love you. I was in love with me, which helped to unlock new levels with my family, new levels with my faith, new levels with my healing journey. And so I've been on this healing journey. When I said that I was overcoming and becoming, I'm still becoming, I'm still healing, I'm still working through all of the things that come along with grief and depression and sadness and sickness and brokenness. But my God, when I asked the Lord for peace beyond my own understanding, and the Bible talks about that, and he gave it to me when I asked him for confirmations that it was him talking and not me or other outside things or the world talking, but really him. He gave that to me when I asked for him to order my steps truly and to let his will be done. And when I literally said out loud, Lord, I was angry. I was angry with you about the loss of my mother. And it was hard for me. And I didn't think I would ever come back to church and sit there and feel joy and feel love and feel peace and feel hope again. And it was restored in me. And it's continuously and constantly being restored every single day. It's beautiful and it's amazing. When they say the power of the tongue, what I spoke into my life, the Lord gave me. And it's still giving me, and I'm still seeing the signs and his promises being revealed in my life. And some days are hard. They all are for all of us, right? Some days can be hard. But what I will say is, when you do the work and you take the time, if you are seeking light in the way that joy comes out, and you're seeking love to truly love you, I love me and everything about me, every flaw, everything about me I love and I'm grateful for. When you truly do the work, all of the work to fight your way out of those valleys and that darkness, you can stand on the mountaintop with brand new testimonies and blessings every single day. Every day is a day that it's a testimony. I woke up, that's a testimony. I'm sharing this with someone and hopefully it imparts something in them. That's a testimony. And I'm grateful that the Lord is using me this way and continuing to mold me when I get too comfortable and complacent, reminding me where I've been so I don't go back there, and helping me to move forward and bless someone else, but be a blessing to me, to minister to me, to encourage me. We have to encourage ourselves. So in closing, I just want to say I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I thank the Lord for my journey. I thank the Lord for being on this marathon journey of still becoming and still healing and naming it and telling people I have to set a boundary because I'm healing. I'm smiling because I'm healing. I'm working through it because I'm healing. All of that matters so much. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to share this testimony because it's a part of my healing. This is therapy for me. And therapy is not something that's bad. Therapy helped me. It brought me out of a very, very dark time. And along with this says Jesus plus therapy equals healing, it definitely does. So I just encourage those out there, if you are seeking light, do the work. You will make it. We will make it. God bless. Thank you.